How's it going?
Great. Busy, and I think busy is good for me right now.
For sure. And I love Schmigadoon. It's quirky, it's fun, it's everything that I really love about comedies and musicals.
Me too. I was, when I first heard the concept, I was like, they better not be making fun of my music theater. When I read it, it was all in pun, in fun, and I just thought television could use a little dose of this.
For sure. I mean, I love your comedic tone throughout your career. I think of things like Glee, and it's just fearless. Where does that even come from?
Niki, sometimes I think is where am I going to pull from? Because in my real life, I'm just kind of a regular old normal person. I mean, I got my Starbucks and, but when it comes to creating a song or creating a role, it's the most joyful thing about being an actor is really digging down and seeing where they come from, why they act the way they act, especially naughty ones. And in this particular case, I'm from, the South, so I can understand a little bit of the biddies in church, and I can understand, but what makes them that way? So that's really where I go as an actor, what made them that way? And I look at Dove's character, for example, and I think she was Dove. She had a child out of wedlock. She was probably, having a good time. Who knows? But I don't think Mildred was always, and it's what makes a person. There's a fork in the road, even in our own life, what makes a person do something right or do something wrong or fight for something or be against something. And that then becomes, okay, now how am I going to make this person fun to watch? Because she's so unlovable. And that's the fun part about playing these kinds of roles.
And I love that television is having such a crossover moment with Broadway. I feel like it hasn't been that way as it is right now in the moment. So how is that to explore all those avenues, right?
I'm just so glad that people like Cinco are writing. This, I think they're, like my brother, for example, is not a music theater fan, which, I'm like pearl clutch with me, like don't ever say that to me. But even he, I think what I loved about the show and what I love about what I'm seeing more of on TV is that there's always going to be a person on there like Keegan's character who doesn't like music theater, and his hell would be trapped in a musical. And when Mark Chenoweth called me and said, wow, I really like this show, I thought, oh, okay, good. We've done it. We've done it.
When you first started your career, did you have in mind that you would go back between television and theater, or was that just like, not even?
I just wanted to be in a chorus of a Broadway show. I thought if I ever make it in a chorus of a Broadway show, I will be able to retire. Like that was my dream. But my original dream was opera, and it just sort of evolved into theater. I mean, I was supposed to go to the Met and do that. But when I came to understand that the acting is always first for me, I just knew that I had to go that direction. And I sang, I'm just did an opera. I will continue to do it. But it's still for me always going to be about the character. And when you're young and you don't know what you don't know, you think, I'm never going to get anything. I'm never going to get anything. And I wasn't getting chorus roles. And the reason I wasn't is because I was so little. I am so little, short, petite, and very unique voice and unique, people would say, would you come and read for this part? So the thing that I thought was so devastating has ended up being the thing that makes me be different. There's an original quality that I couldn't understand when I was young. I thought I want to be like everybody else. But you know what I'm really seeing that I'm liking in this time in our world is that is being more celebrated as well. I think the younger generation is having not an easier time. Just we're getting to see them say, "I'm owning it. I'm who I am," and I'm loving that, because I didn't do that when I was young. I wanted to be like everybody else, and the thing is, you're not. There's one of you. You know.
I'm 4'10", so thank you for representing for the shorties.
Girl, hello, high five, or low five, as I call them. I've got an inch on you.
Oh, just an inch?
Just an inch. I'm 4'11". That's that's so funny. You know, people they don't realize until I stand next to somebody. I'll meet people in person and they'll be like, "You're so little." I'm like, I know I'm a peanut, but it's always, you know, when I used to do pageants when I was, you know, I did it for scholarship money. I was in this American pageant system, and you line me up in the top 10 and people would be like, "I didn't know you were little until you're standing up." So, you know, it's interesting, isn't it? To look at the world from our view.
Yeah. And then when you stand on like a step stool or something, like, interesting perspective.
This is what this looks like.
Yeah.
That's so true. I even say, one of my good friends is Leslie Bibb, the actress Leslie, and she is, you know, a gargantuan. And I just one time stood on like a ladder and I said, "So this is what it's like." And then I had her get on her knees and I go, "And that's what I feel like."
Exactly. Oh, love it.
I love that you're 4'10". I love it.
And going back to the show, you know, it parodies the 1940s musicals, not in a mean-spirited way.
No.
But it's so much fun. And I thought of like The Sound of Music. And I was wondering for you, like, what are your golden era of musicals back? Like, what are your favorite ones?
You know, I'm always going to be a lover of Gypsy because it's the complicated relationship between mother-daughter. I love the score. But I'm also, you know, I like Candide. I'm kind of a weirdo. I like On the 20th Century. I like things that not everybody even knows. But for the classics, you know, The Sound of Music is the first movie I ever got to go see. And I had to go back and had to go back and had to go back. And Julie Andrews, you know, now, and I don't mean this in offense to any singer, but now the screaming thing is in. But Julie Andrews made me go, wow, it's okay to be a soprano. It's okay to sound that way. You know, look at her. And yeah, Music Man, Cabaret. These are my top.
And Cabaret right there. So
oh,
yeah.
I see it, honey. I see it. I'm just like, you know, I've been wanting to play the MC now for a while. So I'm not afraid to put things out there because I just, well, life's short, but the rules are changing. And so I've always wanted to do that part. And there's a lot of parts I'd like to play. Sweeney Todd. Why not?
That'd be awesome.
Why not?
Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for your time, Niki.
All right. Take care.
Bye.